And I looked at it. For the first time, I saw what other people see. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, we do look
one. So and I'm really
best friends.
Oh my God,
Yes, beautiful.
How are you?
Can you imagine the feeling when a celebrated black actress who has captivated the world's gaze suddenly comes face to face with another star, not bound by blood, but mirroring her as closely as two drops of water? The emotions in that moment must defy words. Perhaps a jolt of surprise, a flicker of confusion, or even a strange sense of fate toying with them. Such encounters can utterly reshape how they see themselves, their careers, and the paths their lives will take. Remarkably, these chance meetings are not as rare in Hollywood as you might think. Today, we'll dive into the stories of 15 destined encounters between these perfect doubles and the tales few have ever heard. 15. Olga James and Brandy Norwood. A fated meeting bridging two generations of art. Olga James, a gifted actress who left an indelible mark on the iconic musical West Side Story in the 1950s and 60s, lived a life radiant with brilliance on the Broadway stage. As a standout figure in the theater world, Olga became a symbol of resilience and passion in a challenging era. Meanwhile, Brandy Norwood, crowned the Queen of R&B in the 90s, made her mark at just 15 with a debut album and a starring role in the sitcom Moesha. These achievements propelled Brandy into a world of light, promising a career brimming with potential. On an autumn day in 1994, amid the vibrant music scene of Harlem, Olga James, now rarely gracing the stage, sat quietly, watching a performance by young talents. With her silver hair swept into an elegant bun and dressed simply, she seemed like a timeless spirit of Broadway, blending into the soulful melodies while observing new stars rise. That evening, the spotlight fell on Brandy Norwood, a young woman with a smile full of promise. Brandy's voice, soft yet brimming with emotion, painted a vivid portrait of dreams on the cusp of reality. And then, Olga felt something inexplicable in the air, an unmistakable sensation, as if this girl were a reflection of her younger self. Olga's heart raced as she watched Brandy, not just for the striking resemblance to her own youthful face, but for the sweet, soulful voice that echoed her own. She saw in Brandy's eyes the same spark and fiery passion she once carried decades ago. Olga had stood under those same lights, bearing dreams and facing skeptical glances, doors slammed shut because of her skin. Now before her was Brandy, a young woman carrying the same flame Olga once held and the hope she had dreamed of passing to the next generation. Unable to contain her emotion, Olga made her way backstage where Brandy had just finished her performance. The closer she got, the more Olga felt as if she were gazing at a mirror of her past through Brandy. They sat together on an old wooden bench, sharing stories of Broadway's golden days. Olga spoke of the struggles she endured, being denied roles simply for being black, the long nights wrestling to find joy in every opera performance. She opened her heart about the arduous journey black artists faced in a world riddled with barriers. But more than that, Olga imparted a precious message to Brandy. Keep the fire in your heart and don't let anyone extinguish it. These weren't just words of encouragement, they were the distilled wisdom of a life lived and fought for. Though young and somewhat shy, Brandy felt the warmth in every syllable, as if she were being handed a piece of Olga's legacy to carry forward on her own path. 14. Juanita Moore and Takaya Crystal Kima. A legacy of cinema passed through a chance encounter. Juanita Moore, a legendary film star renowned for her role in Imitation of Life, walked a path fraught with hardship. She was among the few black actresses celebrated in the 1950s and 60s, paving the way for future generations in a Hollywood steeped in prejudice. Meanwhile, Takaya Crystal Kima, with a versatile career spanning In Living Color, to stage performances, was cherished not only for her acting prowess, but for her relentless drive to overcome obstacles. Though her film career didn't explode like some, Takea remained a vital presence in entertainment. In 2000, at a book fair in Los Angeles, 86-year-old Juanita Moore sat quietly at her booth, signing copies of a book on Black cinema history to which she had contributed a foreword. Her presence no longer commanded the spotlight as it once did, but the memories of Hollywood's highs and lows lingered in her eyes. Amid the bustling crowd, a young woman appeared. Takea Crystal Kima, with resolute eyes and a serious expression, stirred the air when an elderly fan mistook her for Juanita's daughter. The woman exclaimed, "You're her daughter, aren't you?" Takea laughed at the mix-up, unaware that this moment would spark a destined meeting between two generations. Juanita overheard the fan's question and looked up curiously at the young woman. She saw not just her past, but herself reflected in Takea's eyes. Takea was like a vision of Juanita in her youth. Sharp features, bold presence, standing before the stage's harsh lights. With a gentle smile, Juanita invited Takea closer and took her hand, sharing her own story of navigating the entertainment industry's challenges. Though Takea was familiar with tales of struggle for Black artists, hearing Juanita's story felt like stepping into a piece of history. She absorbed the silent pain Juanita endured to carve her place in a society full of barriers. Takea didn't just admire Juanita more, she felt a spark of inspiration ignite within her. She shared her own efforts to bring untold stories to the stage, amplifying the contributions of Black women in entertainment. Their conversation was brief but unforgettable for both. Juanita smiled warmly, urging Takea never to give up. Sitting at the signing table, both felt a shift in their hearts. Takea carried away an invaluable piece of Juanita's legacy, a responsibility to keep telling their stories. As she left, a fierce fire burned in her chest, kindled by the past. Juanita's legacy, her pain and triumphs, would live on in the next generation. 13. Bea Richards and Angela Bassett, a magical moment of inspiration between two acting icons. Bea Richards, one of America's great cinematic stars, known for her role in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, left an enduring mark with her soulful eyes and commanding presence. She fought fiercely against racism in the film industry, becoming a beacon of resilience. Angela Bassett, celebrated for her legendary portrayal of Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It, won hearts with powerful, resolute performances. One of the finest Black actresses of her generation, she stood firm against every challenge. In 1999, at an acting workshop in Atlanta, 79-year-old Bea Richards was a guest mentor. She sat quietly in a corner, coffee cup in hand, her gaze distant as if recalling days gone by. Angela Bassett, fresh off her acclaimed role as Tina Turner, entered the room. Not just a talented actress, she was an inspiration to younger performers. After her session, Angela seized the chance to approach Bea, whom she had always admired. She shook Bea's hand, expressing reverence for the groundbreaking roles Bea had brought to life. But when Bea looked closely at Angela's face, a wave of astonishment washed over her. That face, those fierce, resolute eyes, and Angela's sharp intensity struck Bea. There was no mistaking it. She was seeing herself as a young woman. In that moment, Bea couldn't hide her emotion, feeling an instant connection with Angela, despite it being their first meeting. She shared with Angela the hardships of her early years, the rejections for being Black, the battles not just with societal prejudice, but with the industry itself. Even with her talent recognized, she faced barriers that seemed unbreakable. Angela, with her own fire and empathy, responded that Bea's work had inspired her to take on powerful roles, like Tina Turner. Despite their age and generational divide, the two women connected deeply through a shared spirit. Bea urged Angela to keep breaking barriers, to be a beacon for future actors, continuing the path she had forged. Angela felt as if she'd received a piece of Bea's strength, the flame she'd ignited, now hers to carry forward. Bea's legacy would live on, not just in her films, but in the hands of young actors like Angela. 12. Ruby Dee and Viola Davis, a meeting of two resilient stars. Ruby Dee, the legendary star of A Raisin in the Sun, was not only a cinematic icon, but a warrior in the fight for civil rights for Black communities. With her deep eyes and warm smile, she left an unforgettable mark through powerful, inspiring roles. Viola Davis, a gifted actress who, shown in doubt, brought strength and emotion to every performance, captivating audiences with her ability to convey profound stories of life and pain. Both were emblems of resilient Black women, relentlessly overcoming the film industry's harsh barriers. In 2008, at a community library in Harlem, New York, 86-year-old Ruby Dee radiated vibrant energy while participating in a poetry reading for underprivileged children. As she recited a poem about hope, light bathed her face, each word she spoke like a small flame, warming the hearts around her. By chance, 43-year-old Viola Davis, building her reputation with standout roles like Doubt, was at the library donating books for a community program. As Viola slipped quietly into the room, standing in a corner to hear Ruby's poetry, a longtime library worker couldn't hide her curiosity. She stared at Viola in awe. "You look just like Ruby when she was young." The comment caught Viola off guard, but when she saw a book with a young Ruby's image, she realized her features indeed echoed Ruby's past. Hearing her name, Ruby looked up, her eyes sparkling with surprise as she gazed at Viola. She smiled, feeling as if a younger version of herself had stepped out of time to stand before her. After the reading, Ruby invited Viola to sit in a quiet corner of the library where they shared stories of art, pain, and struggle. Ruby spoke of her fight to have strong Black women recognized on screen, the rejections she faced for her skin color. Viola, navigating the pressures of Hollywood, shared her own need to constantly prove her worth, not just as a talented actress, but as a woman facing prejudice. The library seemed to hush as Ruby took Viola's hand. In that moment, Viola felt overwhelmed, as if receiving a piece of Ruby's spirit, a reminder to never give up, to never step back. They shared a warm embrace. As Ruby left the library, she felt a rare peace, knowing her legacy lived not only in her films, but in those like Viola, who would carry forward the path she'd paved. 11. Pearl Bailey and Queen Latifah, a musical intersection of two stage generations. Pearl Bailey, a Broadway legend, was one of the greatest jazz vocalists to grace the stage. Known for Carmen Jones, she was beloved not only for her voice, but for her vibrant charm and commanding presence. Queen Latifah, a trailblazer of 90s hip-hop, pioneered blending music with social messages. With her album All Hail the Queen, she overcame early struggles to become a music and cultural icon. In 1989, at a small record store in Chicago, Pearl Bailey, though retired, still exuded the sparkling charisma of a Broadway star. With a radiant smile and luminous presence, she browsed for a classic jazz vinyl to add to her collection. At the same time, 19-year-old Queen Latifah, her music career just beginning, entered the shop seeking inspiration for her debut album, All Hail the Queen. As Pearl flipped through vinyls, a store clerk asked Latifah, "Are you Pearl Bailey's daughter?" The question stemmed from their uncanny resemblance. Latifah's bright smile and lively features mirrored Pearl's youthful image. Hearing this, Pearl turned and saw the young woman, feeling as if she were looking at herself from years past. She smiled, approached Latifah, and teased that she must have borrowed her smile from Broadway's golden days. Latifah, ever charming, laughed and said she was just trying to learn from legends like Pearl. Standing amid the shop's twinkling lights and vinyl stacks, their conversation turned to music and the stage. Pearl shared stories of her glory days performing jazz, the long nights on Broadway, the fights for roles, and the thrill of standing under the spotlight. Latifah, brimming with passion, spoke of her dream to fuse hip-hop with powerful social messages and the challenges she faced in the music industry. Impressed by Latifah's ambition, Pearl not only offered encouragement, but gifted her a cherished old vinyl. She said she hoped to one day hear Latifah sing jazz. Moved by the legend's recognition, Latifah left the shop feeling as if she'd inherited a piece of the musical legacy she admired. Though young and just starting, she felt bolder in pursuing her passion. For Pearl, seeing a modern version of herself in Latifah, she knew her legacy, the power of jazz and the love for art, would live on in the next generation. 10. Diahann Carroll and Taraji P. Henson, a priceless bond between two television queens. Diahann Carroll, the trailblazing star of Julia, was among the first to bring strong black women to the small screen. With her refined features and elegant smile, she shattered barriers in television, becoming a symbol of confidence and resilience. Taraji P. Henson, a rising talent known for Baby Boy, captivated audiences with her stellar acting, steadily carving her place in film despite the challenge of finding meaningful roles. In 2004, at a small Los Angeles bookstore, 69-year-old Diahann Carroll radiated regal poise, attending a signing for her memoir that drew fans' attention. That day, 34-year-old Taraji P. Henson, her career blossoming, visited the shop to find books on acting to hone her craft. As Taraji browsed the shelves, a fan mistook her for a young Diahann and asked for a photo, praising her timeless beauty. Taraji laughed, clarifying the mix-up. Diahann, overhearing from her signing table, looked up. Seeing Taraji's graceful features and vibrant eyes, she was struck. Taraji was like a vision of her younger self, shining under the stage lights. With her characteristic grace, Diahann invited Taraji to her table. They sat and talked, sharing their journeys. Diahann spoke of her early struggles as one of the first black actresses on television, fighting prejudice and a lack of meaningful roles. Taraji, seeking diverse parts, was moved by Diahann's story, sharing her own challenges in a Hollywood rife with bias. With warmth and sincerity, Diahann encouraged Taraji to persevere, confident she'd leave her own mark. Taraji bought Diahann's memoir and asked for a signature, promising to read and learn from her predecessor. Leaving the bookstore, Taraji felt she'd received a priceless gift, a legend's encouragement. Watching Taraji go, Diahann knew that though her golden days had passed, the path she'd opened would be walked by passionate talents like Taraji. 9. Cicely Tyson and Kimberly Elise, a moment brimming with emotion between two cinematic talents. Cicely Tyson, a legendary star of American cinema, cemented her legacy with Sounder, embodying resilience and depth in complex roles. A pioneer, she opened doors for black actors in Hollywood. Kimberly Elise, though young, proved her talent in Set It Off, seeking new opportunities to establish herself in the entertainment industry. In 2000, at a small Los Angeles studio, 67-year-old Cicely Tyson carried the aura of a true star. Her deep eyes and warm smile captivated all as she attended a script reading for an indie film. Kimberly Elise, 33, fresh from Set It Off, was there auditioning for the same project. Neither expected the fateful encounter awaiting them. During a break, Cicely sat in a corner, skimming the script through delicate glasses. Kimberly, holding a coffee, sat nearby. An assistant, seeing Kimberly, exclaimed, "Are you Ms. Tyson's granddaughter?" Cicely overheard, looked up, and smiled at Kimberly. Her eyes lit up with a strange recognition, as if seeing her younger self, a bold, aspiring woman fighting for acknowledgement. With her signature charm, Cicely struck up a conversation, asking about Kimberly's acting journey. Kimberly, a bit shy but open, shared her struggles and dreams of tackling complex roles like Cicely's. Her words stirred Cicely's memories of her own battles for recognition in Hollywood. Cicely shared inspiring stories of roles she fought for, urging Kimberly to stay steadfast. She gifted Kimberly a small charm she'd worn during Sounder, a token of luck and a piece of her legacy. Kimberly left the studio with boundless energy, feeling validated by a legend, as if inheriting part of Cicely's monumental legacy. That moment remains unforgettable for her. Cicely, too, felt joy, knowing her double would carry forward the journey she began. 8. Eartha Kitt and Zendaya. A spark of inspiration between two stage icons. Eartha Kitt, renowned for her role as Catwoman in Batman, was a silver screen legend, dazzling not only with her sharp beauty and sultry almond-shaped eyes, but also with her explosive talent and confidence on stage. She was more than a symbol of strength. She was a trailblazer, embodying the image of powerful, majestic, black womanhood. Meanwhile, Zendaya, a young star brimming with promise, was just 11 years old in 2007. Yet her maturity in performance and dance talent left a bold mark. Though not yet an international name, the young girl honed her craft in dance classes, her passion for art and unquenchable flame. In 2007, at a New York dance class, 80-year-old Eartha Kitt, still radiating allure and fierce energy, was a special guest sharing stage performance techniques. Her presence commanded every gaze, as captivating as ever. While guiding the students, she noticed Zendaya, an 11-year-old diligently practicing in a corner. Zendaya's sultry eyes and delicate features held Eartha spellbound. The girl was a miniature of Eartha in her youth, confident, bold, and glowing under the stage lights. The sensation was so striking that Eartha dropped her directing stick to the floor, unaware. Eartha stood still for a moment, then called Zendaya to perform a short dance. Despite her youth, Zendaya moved with a natural poise and confidence beyond her years. Her flawless execution of a feline routine drew applause from the class. Eartha let out a hearty laugh, her eyes sparkling with pride and delight. "You could be the next Catwoman," she told the students, igniting the room's energy. After the class, Eartha sat with Zendaya, not just to chat, but to impart cherished lessons from her Broadway days. She spoke of her struggles to win roles, the challenges of shattering stereotypes, and embracing the industry's harsh realities. Yet she also shared the joy of watching talent shine, urging Zendaya to nurture her uniqueness, for that was the key to success. Zendaya, thrilled and deeply moved, tucked those words into her heart, letting them fuel her artistic journey. As she grew, her resemblance to Eartha became even more striking, so much so that fans once mistook them for kin. For Eartha, recalling that day, she felt she'd discovered a budding talent, a double of herself in this promising young girl. That moment became historic, a passing of the torch of passion from one generation to the next. 7. Lena Horne and Alicia Keys, a serendipitous and magical meeting of two music stars. Lena Horne, the legendary star of Stormy Weather, was an icon of film and music, paving the way for black artists to rise in a challenging entertainment industry. Even in retirement, Lena retained her regal grace, sharp gaze, and radiant smile. Alicia Keys, a young star with extraordinary musical talent, left a profound mark with her album Songs in a Minor, earning acclaim as an artist of both skill and deep emotion in every note. In 2003, at a New York recording studio, Lena paused outside a room, captivated by Alicia's soulful voice drifting through the door. Her steps halted, not just from curiosity, but because Alicia's wide eyes and bright smile struck her with surprise. The young woman, exuding confidence and light in every note, seemed like Lena's own reflection from her early Hollywood days. She couldn't look away, as if seeing herself mirrored in those eyes. Lena knocked and stepped inside. Alicia instantly recognized the legendary woman before her. They exchanged astonished glances as a studio technician blurted, "Are you two related?" Lena smiled warmly, as if time itself had paused. Alicia quickly expressed her admiration, sharing that Lena's music was a powerful inspiration in her early career. In return, Lena gifted Alicia a vintage jazz score she cherished, emphasizing that Alicia's music should carry a touch of classic style. 6. Pam Grier and Wanda Sykes, a joyful connection between action and comedy. Pam Grier, the celebrated star of Coffee, was the archetype of the fierce female hero, carving out her own empire in 1970s action films. With her athletic frame and commanding aura, Pam became a symbol of freedom and independence. Wanda Sykes, the renowned comedian from The Chris Rock Show, brought witty, sharp satire to the stage, swiftly winning audiences' hearts and becoming one of the most beloved comedic voices. In 1998, at a Los Angeles gym, Pam Grier strode in to prepare for a new action role. She trained diligently, maintaining her physique for demanding scenes ahead. Each move radiated strength and confidence, captivating those around her. Meanwhile, Wanda Sykes, preparing for a new project, was at the gym to unwind after a long day. As Pam lifted weights, a trainer glanced at Wanda and asked if she was Pam's relative. Wanda's radiant smile and bold presence sparked the mix-up. Pam overheard, turned, and couldn't hold back her laughter. She saw a funnier version of herself in Wanda. Approaching her, Pam teased that Wanda must have borrowed her vibe from 70s action films. With her signature wit, Wanda shot back that she was just learning to kick butt, like Pam, to add flair to her comedy. For Wanda, humor was her tool to overcome the biases she faced in her career. In the lively atmosphere, Pam shared stories of grueling action film sets, where she constantly proved her strength against challenges. The two quickly bonded, talking about their distinct artistic paths, united by unwavering confidence and resilience. When Pam invited Wanda to try martial arts moves in the gym, the mood grew even more spirited. Wanda playfully mimicked an action hero, sending everyone into peals of laughter. 5. Gladys Knight and Uzo Aduba, a fusion of music and acting. Gladys Knight, with her powerful and soulful voice, is an icon of American music, shining in Lady Sings the Blues and earning countless accolades. She's not just an exceptional singer, but a beacon for artists who follow. Uzo Aduba, with her sweet smile and remarkable acting talent, would later rise to fame in Orange is the New Black, but in 2002, she was a college student brimming with ambition and passion. One day in 2002, at an Atlanta church, Gladys Knight stood on stage, igniting a gospel choir with heartfelt music. As the choir's voices soared, a young, vibrant voice caught her ear, Uzo Aduba's. The young woman, with her warm smile and full, round face, sang as if each note were a piece of her soul. Gladys stood still, feeling as if she were seeing a younger, passionate version of herself. After the performance, she couldn't resist approaching Uzo. They sat and talked. Uzo, shy but earnest, shared her dream of becoming an actress, longing to tell transformative stories through art. Gladys, her voice warm and resonant, recounted her own challenging days, battling prejudice and self-doubt. "Hold fast to your belief in yourself, Uzo," Gladys said, "because that faith will carry you through." She handed Uzo an embroidered handkerchief, a meaningful keepsake she carried during performances, symbolizing perseverance and strength. Uzo accepted it with shining eyes, feeling as if she'd received a blessing from a legend. 4. Thandie Newton and Zoe Saldana, a meeting of two future stars. Thandie Newton, with her ethereal beauty and standout roles in Flirting and Beloved, shone with allure and depth in every performance. Not only one of the most talented actresses, she was a symbol of perseverance and passion in the film industry. Zoe Saldana, a young dancer with grand dreams, was not yet famous in 1997, but would soon become the star of Avatar, taking her first steps toward acting. In 1997, at an indie film screening in London, Thandie Newton sat quietly among the audience, savoring a project she adored. Meanwhile, 19-year-old Zoe Saldana, bursting with passion, attended with a producer's invite. Neither knew fate was drawing them together. As Zoe queued for tickets, a viewer mistook her for Thandie, asking about her role in Flirting. Zoe laughed, clarifying the error, but Thandie, nearby, overheard and turned. Her eyes lit up at Zoe's delicate features and sharp, expressive eyes, a younger echo of herself. Without hesitation, Thandie invited Zoe to sit beside her during the screening. They began to talk, sharing stories of their careers and unfinished dreams. Thandie spoke of the struggles to find roles for black women in the UK, while Zoe shared her acting aspirations despite being a dancer. With sincerity, Thandie urged Zoe to stay resilient, remain true to her identity, and pursue her passion. She even jotted down a casting manager's number, handing it to Zoe as a precious gift. 3. Regina Hall and Regina King. A surprising moment between two Hollywood doubles, Regina Hall, with her charming round face and radiant smile, emerged as a rising star in The Best Man, her comedic roles brimming with vibrant energy and promising a bright future. Regina King, already making strides with Enemy of the State, shone in serious, challenging roles. Both named Regina, both immensely talented, they were carving their places in Hollywood. In 1999, at a Los Angeles coffee shop, Regina Hall was editing a comedy script, unaware a chance encounter would transform her day. Regina King stepped into the cafe and a customer mistook her for Hall, their radiant smiles and round faces nearly identical. Hall overheard, turned, and gasped at her near-perfect double. Both burst into laughter, incredulous at the coincidence, and Hall joked they'd need name tags to avoid more mix-ups. Their conversation flowed naturally, warmly. Hall spoke of the pressures of comedic roles, while King shared her desire to tackle deeper, dramatic parts. They discovered a shared love for 80s films, a delightful coincidence. With her signature humor, Hall suggested they star in a film together to confuse audiences. King left the cafe feeling she'd found a kindred spirit, while Hall smiled, wondering if fate had brought them together. 2. Letitia Wright and Ari Lennox. A moment of motivation between two young talents. In 2010, Letitia Wright, not yet a star, with her delicate features and radiant smile, was tirelessly seeking opportunities in the film industry. She attended acting classes, diligently sharpening her skills. At the same time, Ari Lennox, a promising R&B singer, was navigating her path in music, performing at small events without an album. Fate orchestrated their meeting. One day in 2010, at a London community center, Letitia was rehearsing a short scene when she heard Ari's soulful voice from a nearby room. Curious, she slipped in and was stunned by Ari's familiar features. Her warm smile and confident aura felt like seeing herself in a musical form. After Ari's performance, Letitia approached, praising her emotive singing. Another student remarked they looked like sisters, sparking hearty laughter. In a break room, they continued talking about their dreams. Letitia shared her desire to tell black stories on the big screen, while Ari expressed her longing to convey raw emotion through music. Letitia encouraged Ari to keep writing, and Ari suggested Letitia try singing to unwind. Before parting, Ari gave Letitia a demo CD, and Letitia promised to attend her future shows. They left the center carrying a powerful spark of inspiration, as if finding a companion to fuel their next steps. 1. Tatyana Ali and Gabrielle Union, an engaging meeting of two bright stars. In 1996, Tatyana Ali, the radiant star of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, with her delicate features and bright smile, basked in the glow of fame while grappling with its pressures. Gabrielle Union, then a model-turned-actress yet to rise to prominence, was striving to make her mark in entertainment. Despite their different career stages, both shared an innate beauty and charisma. On a sunny afternoon in a Los Angeles park, Tatyana relaxed on a bench, cherishing a rare moment of calm, free from cameras and applause. Nearby, Gabrielle jogged, training after a long day. A vendor passing by saw Gabrielle and called her the girl from Fresh Prince. Gabrielle stopped, laughing and correcting the mistake, but Tatyana, sitting nearby, overheard. Looking up, She saw Gabrielle's wide smile and delicate features, feeling as if she'd met a bolder version of herself. Surprised, Tatyana stood, approached Gabrielle, and teased that if they starred together, Hollywood wouldn't know who was who. They looked like twins. They sat and began to talk. Tatyana shared her anxieties about playing Ashley in The Fresh Prince and her uncertainties about the future post-sitcom. Gabrielle, with the humility of a newcomer, spoke of the challenges of transitioning from modeling to acting and her search for roles. Though both carried insecurities in a competitive industry, they drew strength from each other. And so, we've journeyed through the captivating stories of these Black actresses, where encounters with their doubles open new doors in their careers and lives. What do you think of them? Do they look similar enough to be mistaken for one another? Share your thoughts in the comments below this video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to catch more fascinating Hollywood stories in the future.